This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
Thousands of dollars worth of valuable items swiped from an Irvington man's back seat. New tonight at 11, the message he has for the crooks and how you can prevent something like this from happening to you. Plus, Black Friday is over, and today shoppers across the country spent their day supporting local businesses. Tonight, why business owners say your dollars are helping the entire community. And the end of the line has come for the free fares on the Red Line. We're working for you with how much you can expect to pay when you get on the bus tomorrow. Good evening, and thanks for joining us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. Tonight, Metro Police need your help finding this missing man here. This is Willie Ely, and he was last seen at his home near 46th and Emerson Avenue. Police say Ely is 88 years old and has dementia and is diabetic. Tonight, police say he's in need of his medication. Ely is driving a gray 2003 Ford Crown Victoria with the license plate number you see on your screen. That's RZM 780. We have all this information posted right now on the RTV6 app for you to share with your neighbors to help bring Mr. Ely home safely. Now to your Storm Team 6 forecast as we wrap up a cold and rainy Saturday. Take a live look at this right now. It is very foggy, so let's get right over to Storm Team 6 meteorologist Kyle Mounts.
Yeah, Nicole, if you are going to be out late tonight, you certainly need to take it slow out there with some visibility in spots under a mile. Now, with the soggy rain that we had earlier today, yeah, it picked up 3/4 of an inch in the rain gauge. Looks like we're going to round out November, though, a little below average by about an inch here. We're not officially done, though, with adding to the rainfall. Here's a look at Storm Team 6 radar. We've even had a few rumbles of thunder, portions of Boone County, and now just to the north of Frankfort here. A few more showers through the city, and as we look off to the south and east, we see some more of that rain moving into Seymour within about the next half hour. This is the limited view in Bloomington where the temperature is at 51. Those numbers will continue to rise here for a little bit longer. There's that limited visibility, which I do think improves as we go into the morning. We'll start off with partly to mostly cloudy skies and temperatures in the lower 40s.
All right, Kyle, thank you. An East Side Indianapolis man is trying to figure out how to replace thousands of dollars in stolen merchandise taken from his vehicle overnight. It won't be easy because he deals in vintage toys. Only RTV6's Graham Hunter is talking to him about what's missing.
The break-in happened sometime Thursday evening after Thanksgiving, ruining this family's holiday and hurting their business. They're toy collectors, and dozens of packages like this were stolen. They're hoping someone will recognize one of these packages and bring these crooks to justice.
One of my passions were always action figures and toy collecting.
Terrence Muncie was able to turn a lifelong passion into an Indianapolis area small business.
It's a vintage toy store and art store.
Muncie runs a store called The Dungeon inside the Washington Square Mall, and he also takes his collections to sell at shows like the Stewart's Indiana Flea Market taking place this weekend at the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
A lot of antique toy buyers go to these things.
So Muncie loaded up his van Thursday night, prepared to head out early Friday morning.
It's a big business now. I mean, sometimes some of these figures can range anywhere from $3,000, $2,000, some more than that.
Someone stole what Muncie estimates to be over $3,000 worth of vintage toys overnight. He says he's certain he locked his doors.
That's not just one or two items. I'm talking, $50 figures times 50.
He keeps many of his items wrapped in plastic in a unique way and is hoping if someone tries to sell one, it will give them away. He says he's already reached out to his vast network of toy collectors and shop owners, asking them to keep their eyes open for his stuff.
Now I have to somehow get this kind of inventory back into my shop, into my hands again to sell and keep my shop going.
Muncie filed a police report. Police often tell RTV6 there's things you can do to try and prevent car break-ins, like always locking your vehicle. Close all your windows, park in well-lit areas, and never leave valuables inside.
And that was my cash cow for the weekend.
Muncie is now hoping someone will return his stuff so he can provide a better holiday season for his family.
I won't, get mad. I just want my stuff.
Working for you on the East Side, Graham Hunter, RTV6.
All right, Graham, thank you. Well, the weather outside may have been on the frightful side today, but that did not stop thousands of people from visiting their favorite small businesses. We stopped by Silver in the City on Mass Ave this afternoon. Small Business Saturday is an event created 9 years ago. The goal is to encourage consumers to ditch big retailers for a day and shop at local mom and pop shops. The owner of Silver in the City says the day doesn't just help them, it helps the community.
Small Business Saturday has become one of our biggest days of the year. When people spend money at small businesses, 67% of it stays within the community. Plus, we also support a lot of other small businesses because we buy inventory from over 100 other small businesses.
Kristen says today is the only day Silver in the City offers sales all year. Shoppers will be looking online for the next round of deals, and we're working for you, helping you look out for some of the risks that come with online shopping. The BBB says you should be aware of false advertising and phony websites. Make sure you only shop on secure sites and be wary of businesses you aren't familiar with. Also, be sure to use your credit card. It's easier to contest charges through your credit card company than it is with your bank. Good news, shopping fans and retailers. Black Friday is still a thing. This year saw the biggest Black Friday ever with $7.4 million spent. That's in addition to the $4.2 billion shoppers dropped on Thanksgiving Day. Spending habits are changing, though. 43% more consumers than last year bought merchandise online and picked it up in stores. A man faces charges tonight following a double shooting in Marion County. Hendricks County deputies were flagged down just before midnight by the suspect who was driving near Main Street and Spring Street in Plainfield. Inside the car were two women with gunshot wounds. Medics arrived and transported them to the hospital, but one woman later died. The other woman remains in critical condition. Deputies notified IMPD after learning the shooting happened in Marion County near West Washington Street and Girls School Road. Police say the incident is believed to be domestic related. New tonight, one person is dead following an off-road vehicle crash in Carroll County. It happened just after 1 this morning, southwest of Flora. When conservation officers arrived, they found a passenger unresponsive on the ground. Authorities say that person was thrown from the vehicle and later died. The driver told officers he lost control and the vehicle rolled. Tonight, the driver faces several charges, including operating while intoxicated, causing death. The identity of those involved has not been released. If you ride Indigo's Red Line, you'll want to pay attention. Starting tomorrow, you'll have to start paying to board the bus. Indigo will roll out a temporary payment system. You can buy the new paper tickets with cash or card at any Red Line station. We're working for you tonight with how much it'll cost you to ride the bus. A 2-hour pass will cost you $1.75. A full-day pass will cost you $4. If you have a Medicare card, a valid K-12 student ID, or an Indigo half-fare ID card, you can get those passes for half price. You can also buy a week pass for $20 at the bus stop. The permanent system Indigo has planned, called Mikey, isn't ready yet, so you'll have to use the temporary one. New tonight at 11, the United Auto Workers Union says it's reached a tentative labor deal with Fiat Chrysler. The agreement, which still needs approval from workers, includes a $9,000 ratification bonus. A person briefed on the matter also says the deal includes a promise not to close any assembly factories for the next 4 years. Workers are set to vote on the deal next week. Fiat Chrysler is the last company to settle on a new contract with the union. Fiat Chrysler has 5 factories here in the Hoosier State. A man with a knife goes on a rampage in London, killing 2 people. Still ahead on the news at 11, who police say is claiming responsibility for the attack and why it's not the attacker's first run-in with police. Plus, rain wasn't getting in the way of those wanting to get into the holiday spirit. We're headed to Carmel and an event that families now say is a tradition just after a few years. Kyle.
And tonight, those temperatures are starting to rise. In fact, in Evansville, close to 60 degrees. But look back to the west, there are 30s and, yes, even some 20s. We'll talk about when the temperatures will start to tumble. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
RTV6 is working for you.
This is RTV6 News at 11, working for you.
ISIS now claiming the suspect in Friday's deadly stabbing attack in London was acting in their name. Police responded to the scene quickly after people nearby took down the attacker. Here's ABC's James Longman with the details.
London still reeling after Friday's terror attack in the heart of the city.
Out of the way, please! Out of the way!
A knife-wielding suspect going on a deadly rampage, killing 2 people and wounding 3 others. Police called to reports of multiple stabbings at London Bridge. Amid the panic, passers-by had already jumped into action, disarming and detaining the suspect.
Tried to stamp as hard as I could on his wrist, try and, release the knife.
Officers eventually shooting and killing him.
It's already clear that this cowardly act was immediately countered by some incredible acts of bravery, both by members of the public and from police officers.
Britain's Prime Minister thanking everyone for the quick response.
I want to pay tribute again, as I think the whole country is, to the sheer bravery of those members of the public who went to deal with him spontaneously.
The suspect, 28-year-old Usman Khan, was convicted in 2012 for terrorism offences and released from prison in December of 2018. Now, questions about how he was able to carry out this attack, even as he was being monitored electronically. Today, ISIS has claimed Khan was acting in their name. Its territory in the Middle East may be recaptured, but its poisonous ideology still a potent force.
We found no evidence to suggest anybody else was involved in this attack.
And the stories of bravery just keep coming here in London. We're hearing one man in a building near where the attack started took an animal tusk off a wall and confronted the attacker. They thought he was wearing a suicide vest. The extraordinary bravery here is absolutely astonishing. James Longman, ABC News in London.
James, thank you. Well, Santa Claus is busy making his list ahead of Christmas, and today hundreds of kids here in Indianapolis made sure their items were on it. Santa did his first practice run of the holiday season at the Indianapolis International Airport this afternoon. The Holly Jetway event is a tradition every year where Santa dashes across the tarmac on a fire truck for his grand entrance. He then makes his way inside where 1,000 children are waiting to get their pictures with him.
These kids love him. They've got to give him their list so that he gets it right for Christmas Eve when he comes to see him.
He asked us what we wanted, and we told him what we wanted.
And what do you want?
I want a minigun. It's a Nerf minigun.
Well, the event this year was completely sold out, and aside from pictures with Santa, families also got to decorate cookies, create ornaments, and enjoy other free activities. Looks like a lot of fun. Well, the Village of West Clay is looking very festive tonight after the annual Light of the Village event. This year marks 3 years for the annual event. Families bundled up for a night of fun outside the Village Meeting House on North New Market Street in Carmel. There were carriage rides, hot chocolate, and holiday singers. There was even a visit from Santa. He was busy today, but the big event everyone was looking forward to, the lighting of the holiday tree.
Because they're beautiful, and I hope they're going to be beautiful.
It was tempting to stay home tonight, but we're bundled up, and for now it's held off, so we're having a good time out here.
Yes. And hopefully they light it before it's spraying.
This is absolutely perfect winter weather. So we live in the neighborhood, and we love our community, so we just wanted to get together and support the community.
Well, the families we talked to say, as you saw there, were very excited for tonight. They say this has now become a tradition right after Thanksgiving. And now let's take a live look outside. We heard them talking about that rain, Kyle, but now we're kind of dealing with a different issue.
Yeah, try to look. We're looking from the Salesforce Tower and that point of green light circle of lights in downtown.
Tough to see there in that shot.
It is. We've got some visibility issues out there, but you know, for the lighting this evening, things worked out really well there in Carmel because we got a break in the rain, but that wet weather is moving back into parts of central Indiana anyway. Let's go ahead and show you the temperatures, and those are continuing to warm here. We've actually got some lower 50s in Bloomington and Bedford. 45 in Indianapolis, our warmest so far today, as we've got another front lifting through the area. And you can see on Storm Team 6 radar where we've got a few of these showers across portions of Tippecanoe County and also some of that rumble of thunder clear around Logansport into Cass County. This is all lifting to the northeast, so for the most part, Kokomo, you should stay dry with that round. We've got some more showers on the southeast side of the city, just clearing the Greenwood area, and then a downpour moving through Seymour. Had some rumbles of thunder with that one as well. Tonight, 42 will be the overnight temperatures. We'll have a few of those downpours, but again, I think because of the rain, the fog will start to kind of scour things out a little bit and improve. As we go into Sunday, 42, that's about where we'll start, and then temperatures will fall as we go into the afternoon. So here's a look at TrueCast. Actually, a dry start, may have a little bit of sunshine here early on our Sunday. By mid to late morning, the rain showers starting to spread in here from the west, and we'll be taking over in coverage once again as we go into the early afternoon. So if you're going to be tailgating for the Colts game tomorrow, I think it's going to be dry but breezy there. Then as we get into the afternoon, some rain and snow showers. As you notice, those temperatures will be falling through the 30s here, and a few of those snow showers into tomorrow evening. But with temperatures staying a little above the freezing mark, I think anything that falls is not really going to accumulate a whole lot, mainly on some of those elevated and grassy areas. That should be about it. As we go into tomorrow night, that's where we could see a light coating of some snow out there across the area into Monday morning. But then the precipitation moves out. On Monday, it's just going to be a cold and cloudy day with temperatures not getting out of the 30s. Really, they're not going to budge a whole lot here as we start off the work and school week. 7-day planning forecast for you. Temperatures are going to moderate as we go through much of the week. We'll actually get back to where we should be for this time of year. Highs into the middle 40s at a fairly quiet stretch of weather. Now, earlier we talked about we're starting off the new month, and November ended a little bit on the dry side, but the outlook for precipitation as far as the rain and possibly even some snow there is above average for the month of December, and this would be a nice change of pace too. Temperatures actually getting above average for the month of December, keeping in mind though the average continues to go down through the 40s and 30s.
Okay, well,
but we'll take it. It's better than below average.
There's
in
some
30s
balance there that makes up for that week earlier this month when it was 10 degrees
and it snowed.
4 days. Yeah.
that was rough.
It was.
All right, well, we have a special guest here tonight.
Wow.
Busy day for you.
Well, it's a special
nice
Saturday.
Seeing you.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Hey, when you've got a Saturday this big, we got to be here for it. State finals, high school football, and some local teams looking very good here, and an outstanding game to cap it all off. Carmel, Center Grove in the 6A final, plus Western Boone, and we'll recap the bucket game. Saturday Night Sports coming up next.
Down, 0 deposit, 0 first month, and 0 due at signing.
Thanks for staying up with us here on your Saturday night, a special edition of your Friday Football Frenzy, I suppose, here on the end of the weekend. Day and night number 2 at the high school football state finals. The finale of the weekend had another matchup of MIC teams. The third time that Center Grove and Carmel meeting for the 6A title. No surprise. It was another thriller at Lucas Oil Stadium. The teams traded field goals in the opening quarter, so we're tied 3-3. Turnovers a huge problem for CG. They had 4 in the first half, 3 of them in the second quarter. Brandon Wheat loses the ball here. Carmel's Owen Schaefer recovers it, and the Hounds were in business. They would come back with the only big offensive play of the half. Gabe Quigley up top, Barron Smith with the turn and the catch and the touchdown. Carmel a 10-3 lead at the break. We go late in the third, trying to put the game away. Zach Osborne now at QB for Carmel, hands it off to Zach White. It's a big boy run here, gets out of the traffic, gets a lane, and the dive for 6. Greyhounds had a 20-3 lead. But these games don't end that easily, because here comes Center Grove. Sophomore Taven Jackson in the fourth, a pair of brilliant touchdown throws. This 40-yard rainbow to Trent Veith. The extra point made it 20-10. Next possession, Jackson to trouble, keeps moving, keeps looking. Mason Long in the end zone. That touchdown made it a 3-point game. Carmel would need a couple of first downs late to close it out, and they would go to senior Dylan Downing to seal the deal. A pair of 10-plus yard gains moved the chains and eventually would run out the clock. Carmel would take a knee for their second 6A title. Another fantastic finish to the season and a ton of pride for both of these programs.
We knew when we had 17-point lead, they weren't going to go away, and we knew that we were going to have to claw and scrape and put it together. And I'm happy that it fell on our offense there at the end, because it really sends a message to the young players in our program.
It's a 3-tier game. It's special teams, offense, and defense, and I feel like we played our butts off, and we were hard-nosed all 4 quarters, and that's what won us the game.
What was different about this second matchup versus Center Grove?
Everybody's gotten better since week 3, and I feel like we've done different things since week 3, and they also did, and it was just a matter of who could fix their mistakes and capitalize.
I'm not upset. I'm not disappointed. We lost to a great Carmel football team. They beat us twice this year. They're deserving. They were the better football team tonight in every aspect. 2 great communities, Center Grove, Carmel, playing for the state championship. Who can beat that?
Don't be surprised if it happens again. These 2 schools have appeared in 6 of the 7 Class 6A finals, 3rd time head-to-head. 2 out of the 3 going to the Greyhounds. There were a bunch of underclassmen on the field for both teams tonight. We could be right back here talking about this matchup again 1 year from now. Western Boone steamrolled their way to the Class 2A title last year. This season's only blemish was a 1-point loss in Week 2. Since then, only 1 other game was decided by less than 2 touchdowns. The Stars found a familiar foe waiting for them in today's 2A championship. That's a rematch against Eastbrook, the first time ever. The same matchup, back-to-back years in 2A. Webo was spot on from the very beginning. First drive of the day, 1st and goal. Connor Hull to the pylon. Turns the corner and scores 7-0 Stars with the advantage. Quarterback Spencer Wright threw 2 touchdowns today. 1 in the 3rd quarter off a long scramble. This is tight end Connor Garrity. Dive. Sticks the landing. 34-0 was the lead with that one. The other star for the Stars was junior running back Robbie Taylor. Found the end zone 3 times this afternoon. This one part of a dominant 44-7 win. Back-to-back titles and a memorable finish for the Webo seniors.
They just set the tone. It's been a year that we've been having, keep our guard up, keep our guard up, keep our guard up, and our guys have done a great job of maintaining that edge, maintaining that focus. Our coaches do a great job week in and week out, and we're playing for all these people in the stands, and it's an unbelievable community.
The experience from last year, we knew we had to come out stronger because last year we waited till the second half. We knew just run it right down and wear them out because they're going both ways as well. We just had to keep the tempo going.
It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Like, it's a dream come true again, and it happened, and we're so grateful for this team, for this community, this crowd that we have. They're always here at every single game. It's amazing. 62. We love football. We love this. We love this sport. We love this team.
Western Boone finished with 512 total yards, the 7th time this season they won by at least 35 points. The other big story today, Indiana and Purdue closing out with the Old Oaken Bucket game. Not much more on the line, but Indiana's chance to get an 8th win loomed large for the afternoon. 38 degrees at kickoff, a hearty bunch up at Ross-Ade Stadium. Indiana had control for most of the first 3 quarters. Peyton Manning over the top. Whop Fillier with his 2nd TD catch of the day. Hoosiers were up 28-10, but Purdue would storm back in the 4th quarter. 3 minutes to go. Aiden O'Connell to the end zone. David Bell, as he dives, makes the catch. Boilers added a 2-point conversion. Game tied at 31. How about some extra football? Teams traded touchdowns in the first overtime. Purdue opened the 2nd OT with a field goal. So IU with possession on the 1-yard line, and it's Ramsey, the keeper, and the winner. The bucket going back to Bloomington. Their first 8-win season, first winning season in the Big Ten in 26 years, 44-41. The final. The Marion Knights are rolling into the NAIA National Semis. A 30-0 win over Cumberland's College today. Just the 2nd playoff shutout in program history. There's one of Charles Salary's 2 touchdowns. They'll host the Final Four next Saturday over at St. Vincent Field. The Pacers lose to the Sixers tonight, 119-116. Snaps a 5-game Indiana win streak. Pacers are on the road all of next week. They play at Memphis on Monday. Time for us to take a final break. Kyle's back with a final look at the forecast next.
Just call Summers.
We are following breaking news from the city's north side. This is a live look at 86th and Moeller Road. Crews are responding to a 2-alarm fire at Polaris Property Management. We know multiple crews are working this fire, which started around 10:30 tonight. We do have a crew on the scene, and we will bring you more as we learn it on the RTV6 app. You can see there from that shot, Kyle, a little foggy, a little wet out there.
Yeah, we got some visibility under a mile in a few spots, and don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder tonight. Not expecting any severe weather out there, and in fact, the rain will clear the area as we go into tomorrow morning. So we start off our day dry, but then as we go into the next 7 days, things are going to gradually improve. After we get that wintry mix out of here on Sunday afternoon, we'll find temperatures 38 on Monday, but gradually getting back into the middle 40s by the middle of the week.
All right, Kyle, thank you, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night.